Slush Lady Buckaroos, how the heck are you? I'm going to do a 2 beer with the Beer Whisperer video as we get ever so close to New Year's Eve. Working through this, unfortunately, I've had some of these, right at 3 months now, unfortunately. It's taken me a while to go through my vacation beers. But nevertheless, here's one called Hop Legend, a single hop IPA. HBC 586, a single hop to save the day. Citrus and tropical, it says. Let me show you that. Nice color. Using my Ohio. We timed it just right. I happened to be there while they were having their pint day. So I got this free glass. Well, not exactly a free glass. I had to buy a beer to get. You had to buy their Oktoberfest to get the beer, but nevertheless, or you had to buy the Oktoberfest beer to get the glass, but nevertheless. Oh, mercy. Nice color. More of a deep golden than most IPAs these days. Yeah, a mix of big citrus and tropical fruits on the nose. Oh, man. That is nice. That's very nice. I wasn't sure what style they were going for other than a single hop until I poured it. Clearly, it's not supposed to be a hazy, but it doesn't really feel like West Coast either, to be honest. Sort of an amalgam, I guess. Let's see, do they tell me? Don't think they give me the IBUs here. What is the ABV on this? 7.6. Wow, it's rather big, yeah. From Columbus Brewing. I planned to hit that brewery, but I just missed it. Just ran out of time, man. Never really got to that section of town. Been struggling with my voice, as you could tell. It started a couple of days before Christmas. Kind of powered through the last day of work on Monday was brutal, and then we got into it was off Christmas Eve, and still a little scratchy, but it wasn't too bad. But when I woke up Christmas morning, it was really hurting, so I didn't even drink anything Christmas Day. I'm kind of powering through the last few days at work to get to this day off. Not feeling sick per se, other than just the having some serious sinus issues, and it's really affected my voice here. Weather's been odd here in the Ozarks this year. I've said it before. It feels like the seasons have shifted about a month. So we haven't even had a sustained freeze yet this year. We've had a couple overnight, but then the temps back up. We haven't any sustained, and we haven't had any snowfall or ice this year. That's really odd for us. Not necessarily complaining because I don't like that stuff, but the problem is there's still a lot of allergens out there that have just been tearing me up. Never got to this brewery, unfortunately, but I did hit a lot of good ones. I have a good time out there in that area. There was just too much to see. We were actually staying south of, well, kind of southeast of Columbia, the Brewdog Hotel in Canal. So originally I had us a room in Columbus. We probably would have seen more of that area had we stayed there, but because we were somewhere else, we saw parts that we hadn't intended on seeing, which was kind of nice. I thought with 5 days we'd be able to get a lot of it in, but you just run out of time, man. Uh, oh. So a lot of big citrus. I'm getting a lot of tangerine. You might feel it as orange, but I'm feeling a lot of tangerine zest, orange zest. Tropical notes. Yeah, you might find mango, passion fruit, or maybe even some pineapple, but I'm feeling more passion fruit than anything. But a lot of big zest in the finish. Uh, Tangerine, as I mentioned earlier, orange, grapefruit. Uh, Nicely done beer. Everything by Columbus that I've had has been just outstanding. So, all right, as I promised, I'm going to have another beer with you. I'm going to do two for this video. Another Ohio beer. Mercy. So, Slancha, and I'll be right back. Slash A Buckaroos. How the heck are you? I'm back with one more beer. I probably should have drank this one earlier. I haven't tried it yet. It looks just like it did before, but I did do a, I did do a no, man. This is a hazy IPA, and I've had it. Well, I've had it about 90 days, so I'm probably past the date on it. It doesn't, I'm not seeing a date particular, but I know I've had it that long. Let's just say, Loose Rail Brewing. Out of Canal, Winchester, 8.2%, Signal Switch, New England style or hazy IPA. I even had the right glass. So they were one of the last breweries that I got to on our vacation. I hit them late Thursday. Thursday was our last day. We were leaving Friday. And earlier I said we had to have our location changed where we were staying. Had we not had moved to the big hotel in Canal, Winchester, the Brewdog Hotel, we wouldn't have been there. This is a brewery that I wouldn't have gone to. But I'm really glad I did. I did miss some others, but I'm really glad I got to this one. They were one of my favorites. I really like them. They were as close to Banter Brewing where I work as I found it. And what I mean by that is everybody kind of seemed like family. Everybody knew everybody. But not only that, as soon as I sat down, regulars started talking to me. And that doesn't happen in a lot of places. As a lot of you know, that sometimes tourists or somebody new isn't greeted right away. But this place reminded me a lot like Banter. The owner happened to be there, but he made sure that I knew that it was the bartender who really ran. He made sure that she was the one really in charge. And he talked to me a little bit about this beer. Says he used where a lot of them use oats. He didn't. He used torrefied wheat to get that cloudiness. And as most of you know that know me, know that this is not typically a style I gravitate towards, but it had me intrigued, which is why I had it there at the brewery. It's why I bought the 4-pack, and I kind of forgot I had this one left sitting in there, and I figured, well, I better drink it. I don't feel like the nose has lost anything. They tell you to drink styles like this right away. I know what to tell you. Still tastes delicious. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, obviously I can't time warp back and do a side by side see if I've lost anything. What I can tell you is, wow. I mean, this thing is amazing. It is one of the best of this style that I've ever had. Big, bright, juicy, fruity, but not overly sweet. A lot of them tend to get a little sweet for me. This one is just done right, and it's got a great finish. A lot of them have that lingering finish that I just don't dig. But this one really cleans up nicely. I had a great. I wasn't there long. I only had 2 beers there. Like I said, it was the end of a long day for us. Um, we were headed back to the hotel, but it was one last stop before we got to the hotel. And so like I said, it was our last night there. So we had to get stuff ready to go. And but all honesty, it was a place that I could have stayed several hours because I just loved the atmosphere. But aside from that, the beer was outstanding. I had 2 beers there that were just brilliant, this being one of them. Uh, and I only bought the 1 4-pack because at that stage in our vacation, I'd already bought a lot of beer. So now, and our little Prius was about packed, man. My wife had to do this Tetris kind of thing to get everything in that car, man. We had as much in a Prius as you could possibly get. My wife is a packing genius because I'd have never figured it out. We just had a lot of stuff, man. But we packed that Prius tight. There was stuff under the seats. We had to put the back seats down so we could get more stuff in. And there was stuff in every crevice of that car. And we were packed tight, man. It was tight, man. Tighter than $1,000 hooker, I'll tell you that. It was tight, man. This beer is nice. Sometimes I have issues with this style just being a little too not beer, right? I don't want a beer that tastes just like fruit juice. I don't mind the fruit elements, but if it tastes just like fruit juice, then I'll just bring fruit juice. But this one really is done just beautifully. And you don't get that hop burn that some of them will give you. I drank one almost immediately, then I gave 2 away to a couple friends. Kind of forgot I still had this one, to be honest with you. I kind of got shoved to the back of my beer fridge. Oh boy, I better drink that today. Our prelude to New Year's Eve. As I've said in other videos, typically I'm off, the last 5 years with the previous job, I was always off on New Year's Eve. And then my boss thought about opening, so he asked me what I thought about it. And in all honesty, from a business standpoint, it made sense for us to open. And I have a hard time separating myself, right? I was a manager for too long, so from a management point of view, it made sense for us to open, and it made sense for me to work it. Uh, and I don't mind working it because I'm going to see a lot of my friends there. And I should be home within, by 8 or so to relax. And I'm hell, since I can't drink till after 8, I may make it till midnight this year. But the only bummer, the only thing I won't use the word regret. I'm trying to find the right word, but the only thing that makes me not want to work today is the fact I have to put clothes on that day. Because if I wasn't working, I just stay in my pajamas all day long. But this way, I have to actually put clothes on and go to work. But we're only open from 2 to 7. But I figure I'm going to have some lingerers, so I'm not planning on. Or I don't figure I'll probably be able to get out of there before 8. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, that is one reason that I'm kind of glad that we ended up staying. The location I originally had us at would have had us, excuse me, right in the short north area of Columbus, and there would have been a lot in that area, which is why I booked it in the first place. But then when they moved us, I thought, well, let's look at the bright side. We can see other areas, go to other places that I hadn't planned on. So that was enjoyable as well. Like I said, I would never. We there would have been no reason to go into Canal had we stayed where we were originally booked. So I wouldn't have hit Loose Rail or Homestead, which was good as well. And I love the beer. And actually, I had a good time there at Homestead too. I don't want to sell them short. Um, Bartender was nice and friendly. Folks next to me were talking, but again, just the atmosphere at Loose Rail, I really enjoyed. I love the way the place looked, very very rustic. Very loose, not uptight place. You're very unpretentious, which is right up my alley. I just That's my issue with a lot of places. A lot of craft breweries have just gotten insanely pretentious, and it's just not for me. So when I find a place like Loose Rails, oh man, I thought to myself, man, I wish I'd have found this earlier in the week where I could have just hung out here for like 3 or 4 hours. Made them kick me out. I did. I really enjoyed that place, man. Anyways, I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist, prolific beer drinker, per rare wisdom, man. All right, good guys, Slancha. Thanks for tuning in, guys.